What is up, everyone? Welcome to Unscripted Access number 141. I am your host for today, John Macaluso, joined by the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Anthony Taw.
Wow, thank you. I am very honored to be a part of this prestigious podcast for John Macaluso.
And we have the master of disaster, the man to fear, Mr. Bronson Fiore.
What's up, everyone? I'm back.
And then we have Mr. Intern 001.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
We're tattooing the barcode on the back of his neck right now.
Yeah.
So he's a checkout
Kind of
item.
a slow
Got
response there, man. I come up with these awesome introductions, and everyone reacts well except for the intern.
I thought you were going to say my
intern
name, too.
is
Like
a work in
usual.
progress.
Yeah, no, don't worry, guys. We'll tase him later.
Oh my god, no, I actually just realized I didn't say Ray Johansson. Sorry. I just realized that.
Don't
The
give him a
intern-
name. That gives him hope.
The intern does not get a real name.
Don't give him a name.
Yet.
Don't give him hope.
This guy gets a number.
He gets a number.
Our interns don't get names until they are on the staff. Until then, they are numbers.
Nah, at that point, he'll be Associate 002.
Associate 002. The other associates.
Alright, guys, how are you guys doing today?
Not bad.
Pretty decent.
You know, been playing a good amount of Heroes of the Storm with Ray because he got his computer up and running. Like, I finally got to spend some more time on Sylvanas, and
Oh yeah.
dude, Sylvanas, that level, I believe it's 10 or 15, the one where she can turn enemy minions. Oh my god, that is so fucking OP, it's ridiculous. Like, the fact that you can go and just take control of an entire row of creep
Okay,
is insane.
do not say it's OP because then Blizzard's gonna hear this and nerf it.
I don't know. Like, I've been playing Leoric,
Oh,
and
this
he's
isn't
pretty
Bungie.
beast.
This isn't Bungie, where it's like, man, Thorn's been OP for like 8 months. Let's not touch it at all.
This is what's going to happen, okay? So Destiny, the Taken King's going to come out. We have some news on that. Maybe this is a good segue. So Destiny, the Taken King's coming out next month. And what's going to end up happening, Bronson, is... So for those who are unaware, Thorn is a hand cannon, and it is the strongest weapon in the game, aside from Gallarhorn, but that's a rocket launcher, so that doesn't really matter. And it is incredibly overpowered. And what they're going to do, Bungie is going to nerf it. People will bitch and complain, and then they will make it stronger once again, and then people will bitch and complain. This is a never-ending cycle, Bronson. It is a never-ending cycle of Bronson.
What could happen is that they nerf it, everyone's going to complain until they discover the next OP idea.
Well, no, it's the... So, back in the day, in WoW, they had this song, there was this parody song called Nerf You that went around, and it's how, like, every class, or in Destiny's case, every weapon gets the Nerf bat eventually. Like, everyone is going to get hit with the Nerf bat eventually, and that's the same thing with Destiny. Like, Thorn will get nerfed, and then it'll be Hawkmoon is the other one?
Hawkmoon's just terrible.
Yeah, and then auto rifles will get a bulb.
The last word is one, too. And now they just sold that to everybody, so scrubs like John now have it.
I didn't have enough coins. I bought my gauntlets the week earlier.
Dude, that's such a bummer. Like, the last word is such a badass weapon, man.
It's fine. I actually really like my auto rifle.
Yeah. I like my shotgun.
Shotgun. Damn it. But no, that... yeah, like, I feel as though that, like, Destiny, they haven't been as religious as other MMOs with patching OP bullshit. Because, like, I remember when Death Knights first came out in WoW, and, like, they were the just most ridiculous thing in the world. Like, you could tank in any spec, and they were easily doing the most DPS out of all the classes. And then, like, a month later, they were patched to be more in line with the rest of the game.
Yeah. Well,
It's
so
easier to
here's the
patch
thing.
down than up.
Here's the thing. It makes some sort of sense, which you know, when it's changed as far as 1 month goes, but Destiny changes things once every like expansion. So Thorn has been incredibly powerful since House of Wolves came out, which I think came out in like March, right?
It was May.
May.
Yeah.
I
that sounds
mean, I guess
about
that's a little bit more bearable since it's only August. But at the same time, like it would be. I feel like it would be better for them to do weapon balances every update rather than once every giant expansion pack comes out.
Yeah, like, that'd be like the equivalent in Warcraft or Final Fantasy to where, like, we're only going to put out these balance changes whenever a big patch comes out with dungeons or meaningful content. It's like, no.
Well, yeah, it kind of depends on severity, because if they're going to do something huge, they usually wait for the big patch because they have to spend a lot of time making sure they didn't, take it too far. But usually in between big patches, at least what Final Fantasy 14 does, is they make little tweaks just so they don't upset anything too much in case it doesn't work out.
Yeah, no.
Well, okay,
WoW
so
will straight up put out, like, class changes all the time. Like, oh, that's too OP, that's underpowered. I remember I was playing a warrior.
Okay. Oh,
Sorry,
no,
go
go
ahead.
ahead, Bronson. I'm sorry, I
like-
totally interrupted you.
I remember I played a warrior throughout my entire, like, World of Warcraft experience. Like, my warrior has always been my main character. And like, I remember specifically during Cataclysm, like, warriors were just garbage. They were just garbage tier. And then, like, over the course of the expansion, like, they just got buffed to being, like, the best tank class in the game. So, I think they just put out a patch for a while, like, last week to do some balance changes for PvP.
The perfect example I think I can think of, a big change that has and will upset a lot of Destiny players because it's coming, is they're nerfing Gjallarhorn.
That's
And
the
Brunson-
that's the rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Gjallarhorn is an overpowered heavy weapon. It's a rocket that shoots little rockets on people. And it does
Why am I
a
not
disgusting-
surprised? Everyone's going to get pissed off if your grenade doesn't insta-kill somebody.
Well, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. So it does a lot of damage. It is easily the strongest weapon in the game. Now, the problem with it is the fact that other Destiny players were excluding Destiny players who don't have the weapon. So if, hey, myself, Anthony, Bronson, and Ray are about to play some Last of Us. I know they're only fire teams of 3, and I'm sorry, not The Last of Us, Destiny. And everyone has a Gjallarhorn except Bronson. We're not going to let Bronson play because he doesn't have Gjallarhorn.
Which is
Which is ridiculous.
This was a problem back
So
in
they make it like
World
a
of
club,
Warcraft.
so you have to have these
Yes,
qualifications
yeah.
to join the
Yeah.
club.
This was so back in the Wrath of the Lich King days of WoW. There was this mod for the game that went around, this add-on called Gear Score, which it would like calculate your item, like all the score of your items all together, and give you a readout of what everyone's total gear level was, and like you would go into matchmaking or trade chat to go find groups for stuff, and people would be like, looking for blank blank for Vault of Acheron, 5,000 plus gear score only, and it would always be way higher than what was needed for that instance. Like,
See,
always
I
way
really don't
higher.
like stuff like that because, this is one of the reasons why I am kind of happy that you can't really put add-ons legally in Final Fantasy 14 yet, because I'm worried that the moment they start putting in something like a damage counter, all people are going to start talking about is numbers. Because item level is already bad enough as it is. Because people just go around thinking, oh, you need to have a good enough sword to do this. No exceptions. You have to be qualified, because they go around thinking that numbers solve everything, which at some point, yeah, they kind of solve some things, but I've seen stuff happen. I've seen a person work their butt off. They were barely qualified to do it, and they did it. And it was an amazing thing to watch. But everyone's just like, no, you have to be this. And I'm just like, dude, numbers is only like part of the solution. It's like saying, I have a Ferrari. Okay, I can have the fastest Ferrari in the world, but if I don't know how to drive, I'm going to be slower than the guy in the measly plebeian Corvette. It's one thing to have like all the numbers, but it's kind of another thing to know how to use it.
Yeah.
I think that, like, one example that stands out in my mind is back in, like, during Wrath of the Lich King, the endgame raid, Icecrown Citadel came out, and I had a gear score of, like, 4,800, which was just, like, below what most people consider to be the minimum for doing Icecrown Citadel. But I was lucky, and they couldn't find another tank, and they were desperate. And we ended up killing 8 out of 12 bosses in my run. And, like, we were just one-shotting every boss, like, super easily. And I ended up getting like 4 pieces of gear that run, and bringing my gear score up to, like, 5,300. And it's like, yeah, that wasn't that hard at 4,800 gear score. It was just, I had to be more focused and careful.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's the other thing, too, where if you barely qualify and you somehow win, somebody's going to use the excuse that you were carried.
Yeah, no, that always
because
pissed me
everyone
off,
else's numbers are so good they cover up other people's poor numbers, which I'm like, this is one of the issues I have with MMOs. People get so serious about all the numbers and mathematics and RNGs and all this statistical BS that I just think, wow, guys, what happened to, I don't know, learning and doing things?
I cannot wait till your game adds a DPS meter. It's gonna happen eventually.
It's going to happen, and I'm not going to enjoy it the day it happens, because then everyone's going to start talking about you need this. Like, if you're a person who deals a lot of damage, you are required to meet this criteria, or you don't qualify. Sorry,
20k DPS, or get the fuck out.
Yeah, no, your DPS isn't good enough.
All right, why don't we talk Destiny news while we're kind of already in the zone? What do you got for us, guys?
Destiny. Their new raid for the new expansion, King's Fall, is going to be their biggest raid ever. The new destination, the Taken King, is a dreadnought that is a hive ship. It is Oryx, the Taken King's capital ship. You can patrol it. It's home to its own story missions, its own strikes, and King's Fall, which is the biggest raid they've ever created. There's going to be new bounties. It's got new activities, and it may have its own new alternative to House of Wolves. It also has this thing like the Court of Oryx, which is a player-instigated public event that pits you against different combinations of bosses in different scenarios. We're putting a lot more they're putting a lot more control into the hands of the players to where your Destiny adventure unfolds. The Dreadnought is great evidence of a lot of the new things that we're trying to do to make it so the way you play the game rewards you. And then he asked IGN asked whether Taken King's raid would be released with more than one difficulty level, and he said they can't say yet. So.
Okay. So, have any of you guys? I'm going to respond to this with questions. Have any of you guys played the Vault of Glass or the Fall of Crota from Destiny?
I haven't bought either of the expansions yet, and I'm probably not gonna. Like, at this point, I'm probably just gonna wait for the Taken King edition. And as for the Vault of Glass, yeah, I ran it with Quinn and his group. That was super fun. Like, it reminded me of like why I like this kind of games. Reminded me of why I liked WoW back in the day, where we're all coordinating and talking on chat. Like, oh, this is spawning, go get there. Oh, this is spawning. Or like Oracle's up on northeast side. Oracle's up on quadrant blank. You know, or like we got teleported to Mars. We got teleported to Venus. So on and so forth. It was really neat. Like, it was super cool.
Yeah. No one else?
No.
I have not played Destiny in almost a year.
So, I have not played the Vault yet, but I played Crota's End, and some of it was really, really awesome. Like, exactly what you were just saying, Bronson. And then some of it was really awful. Like, it's really hard to...
hold on, I have a question. Are there terrible platforming sections like in the Vault of Glass?
There is no, but there is a really awful bridge sequence. So, like, what you do, I'm going to spoil it for you because you're going to need to know this regardless. You have okay, so actually, there's 6 people in a raid, right, Bronson?
Yep.
Okay, we did it with 3, so it could have very well been a lot harder with 3 people. But anyway, what you have to do is there's a bridge, and on each side there are 3 points. One of the points is right on the bridge, one to the south and one to the north of it. And what you do is one person has to go into the center and grow the bridge, if you will. So, or spawn it, I think would be a better word. So you have to sit there for a certain amount of time, but if you're there for too long, all of the players die. Now, the way to counter that is to 1, step off, or 2, have the other players step on the other platforms to the north and to the south. And so that is ridiculously awful. It is one of the worst things I think I ever have done in video games. It took us like 8 tries, and it was really, really, really annoying. But I mean, we got it done. I guess it was cool.
John, how do I put this really nicely? Dying 8 times is not really the worst thing in video games when people have died maybe 100 times just to pass something.
Well, okay,
I've heard of crazier shit in MMOs.
That's where I have to kind of throw in the fact that I was doing it with a fire team of 3 when you can actually have 6. So, I mean, yeah, we were doing it with half the manpower, and really, that's just me complaining. Crota's End was really awesome. I'm looking forward to playing Vault of Glass, and then after that, hoping that we can do this new raid that's coming out. But I've heard horror stories about the platforming involved in Vault of Glass.
Okay, so my TeamSpeak crashed, and I'll explain that. What the platforming section is that there's these giant floating cubes that teleport, and like they spawn in a pattern, and you will jump on one, and then you have to jump to the other, because pretty soon the one you're standing on is going to disappear, and you need to keep jumping from blank to one to one to one to one. It takes like everyone in the group like 2 tries in most cases.
What class are you, by the way?
I'm a Titan.
Oh, okay.
I play a Striker Titan.
Okay, I got you.
Oh man, I miss my hunter and the ability to throw a knife. That was so cool.
Yeah.
That's what Ray plays. You play
that was a long time ago,
I used
though.
the other one, not the knife throwing one.
I enjoy
it was
my
the
bubble
most
shield.
boss thing when you could throw a knife and nail somebody with it.
I actually have really been liking my bubble shield in PvE though. Like it's just like, we're gonna die.
Well, so the thing about that bubble shield is it's so much more useful than the why can I not think of the name right now? Of course, when I'm trying to talk about it.
I know what you're talking about. Like it's
the Fist of Havoc. There we go.
Like in PvE, I agree with you. In PvP, I prefer the splash damage thing.
The hammer fist.
Yeah.
Well, so like here's the thing. I have been killed by a few people who have used the Fist of Havoc on me. I have killed a lot more who have tried to use it on me, because you still take like the same amount of damage you would normally. So I mean, if someone comes in with a Fist of Havoc and you don't know it, yeah, you're dead no matter what. But if someone comes in and I've got my party crasher out, I've got just as much of a chance of killing them as they have killing me.
See, if they're smart though, they'll adjust it so it gets that wave perk, and I can use it at range.
Yeah.
That's what I do. So like,
because every now and then I beat the bull out and I'll just headshot someone about to do it. I just feel so proud of myself.
I don't like. I'm really good with that ability. Like I rarely get killed using that one. But it's because I am smart with it. Like I wait for people to group up together in close quarters.
Yeah, I mean that makes perfect sense. You can with that you can't give the other player time to adjust. Yeah. So I mean, like I see a Titan running towards me. You can tell, because of the armor, and I switch to Party Crasher right away. Not only that, but I have that really crazy range with the Party Crasher that everybody hates.
I forgot the name of the shotgun I have, but it's Hard Luck Charm. I have Hard Luck Charm, and I love that random bullet. That's badass. Like it could be any one of these shots could kill you in one hit.
I want you to know, Bronson. I'm looking up your character right now. Anyway, okay, so I think that's enough Destiny talk. What else do we have? We've got everybody's gone to the Rapture is out. And
How is that? Because before it came out, it was getting a lot of positive press, and I was interested. But I was like, that's $20 that I could spend on like Shovel Knight or a game I know is good.
Yeah, so I have not had the chance to play it yet. However, I have read many a review, and it has gotten fairly positive reviews. There was a sprint scare for a while. I don't know if any of you guys have read about it, but sprint was added very, very, very late in the development cycle, so they weren't able to map it, or they weren't able to put it on the map in options so that you know what control it is. It actually turns out it's R2. So for those who are listening that haven't gotten that news, sprinting in Everybody's Gone to the Rapture is R2, and that kind of gave it less good scores, I guess you could say, than it probably deserved. Because one of the things that they pointed out was, it doesn't have a sprint when it did the entire time.
I'm digging through the reviews right now, and most of the outlets you would care about gave it pretty positive reviews. And then outlets that you just have never heard of, for the most part, there are some exceptions, like the Jimquisition and Game Informer, gave it okay reviews. But it looks like it's getting pretty positive reception for the most part. The big criticism from GameSpot is no manual save and checkpoints are few and far between, and default movement speed is frustrating, but the sprint option is not much better. So, I don't know. Like I said, it looks cool. Like that game looks super cool.
It looks like ridiculously gorgeous.
Yeah, like I'm excited about that game. It's one of those games I have a feeling will be free on Plus eventually.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I'm thinking the same thing, and yeah, hopefully is right. All right, so what about you, Andy? What do you think about that? A little quiet over there.
I have no idea what it even is. So, no comment.
This is why everyone on this site needs to look up indie shit every now and then.
Yeah, the thing is that the mountain is so big that I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, but like, there's general press about a lot of it that's good. Like, there are exceptions. Like, John, how do you feel about like bullet hell shooters like Ikaruga?
See, I haven't even heard stuff of that like that either. There's just like so much out there.
Well, like, okay, so I love the epicness of them. However, Bronson, I am like god awful at dodging.
Okay,
like,
well,
I am the guy who accidentally goes into the bullets.
All right. Well, let me tell you, there's this really awesome one on Steam right now that's on sale, called Crimson Clover for $2.50. So
how much?
$2.50
on Steam.
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'll buy it this very second.
Yeah.
It better be good, or you owe me 2 McDoubles.
Okay. I will get you your chicken sandwiches if you do not enjoy that game. That's fair.
Your satisfaction will be guaranteed.
Yes, it will be guaranteed. All right, guys. So, yeah, Anthony, you should take a look into it. It looks good.
My thing with indie games is that, one, I haven't really found one that I really liked, as far as like that I can name off the top of my head. Two, there are so many of them. It's like, well, it's only $1. I'm like, but so's everything else.
Well,
they're all $1.
That's why you
which makes it really hard to shift out which is good. Well, go read what everyone thinks is good. Well, the thing is, I've played lots of games where everyone thinks is good, but
like, the thing is, the same thing can be said about the AAA industry. Like, I know. Like, I have the 60-minute access lineup for the year, and there's just, you have no idea if any of this shit's gonna be good. Like, for all we know, Metal Gear could be awful. It's not likely, but it could be.
Yeah, there's always a chance.
But like Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is coming to PS4, and that game was awesome. Like, got great reviews all around. I think you definitely need to look in genres that you like.
Well, the genres I like tend to be very grand.
That
That kind of involves a budget. A pretty big budget to make grand happen.
like Journey was grand. That was an indie game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Journey is awesome. I agree with that. But, it's just kind of like when stuff that I like happens to involve huge, nicely detailed worlds with yada 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 voice acting and yada yada music and yada yada this, it gets a little too picky.
That you would probably enjoy Bastion and Transistor.
Transistor was really great.
Isometric.
I really need to play that game. All right, how about
Bastion
this?
or Transistor?
Have you played Transistor yet, Anthony?
No, because they don't interest
Did you
me.
download it for free? It was free.
I think I got Transistor, but I never touched it.
You should.
Okay,
you should
so I'll tell you what, Anthony. You play Transistor,
everyone tells me
and I
you
will play it along
should.
with
You should everything.
Yeah, you guys should let's play Transistor. That'd be cool.
No. What I'm hearing is you should everything.
Yeah, that's we have
You
been
should
on Anthony's
I don't
case
have
for the
enough
last 5
time to
minutes.
do this. It's like
it's
indie
true.
game- I totally understand indie games. There's a legitimate reason for them existing. I understand some of them are absolutely freaking amazing, but I just,
All right,
not
Anthony,
really
I have a
quite there
solution.
yet.
I
Yes.
have the solution, not a solution. The solution.
The
You need
ultimate
to stop
solution.
sleeping. You need
Okay.
to stop sleeping.
That's what
You
Ray
don't
did.
have enough time to sleep.
That's what Ray and I did, and it's worked out pretty great.
Yeah.
Okay,
I slept like 5
well,
hours today.
if
Yeah.
you're ready for me to be a really Krabby Patty, well, I
A
don't
Krabby
think
Patty.
people. Well, I don't think people want to see me get really crabby. So
Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is Patrick.
Thank you, Ray.
Nice.
It
was
took
very
you guys
good.
minutes. No, like you could definitely like find indie games that fit your description, like Bastion and Transistor. Like there are games that fit that description. Like they're a little more few and far between than the more arty, smaller stuff. But like Bastion has a very big scale. So does Transistor.
Hey guys, I'm going to interrupt you for a second. Get the name of that game again, Bronson. What was it called?
Crimson Clover with a Z. Like it's Crimson with a Z. 7S. Hold on. You have me on Steam, right?
Yeah.
I just added it to my wish list, so you can just pull it off of there.
Okay, I actually already found it. It's Ignition, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crimson Clover World Ignition.
All right, cool. Anyway, continue. Sorry about that.
anyways,
Yeah,
continuing.
like-
Why I never played Transistor? Well, I watched Bronson play it for an hour, and then let's just say I wasn't exactly interested.
Well,
Like
so
that-
okay, so here's the really difficult thing about a lot of those games is that, of course, they're going to be more fun to play than to watch. Like,
Well, even then,
how
I'm
many
watching, I'm
games
just
like
like
Okami? Watching Bronson play Okami made me want to slit my throat 5 times over. Like, I would be willing to
actually
go
if I
through.
Could, actually, John, if I could say, I was the one playing. Bronson was just the
Great.
one watching me fail at drawing. So technically, it's
Took
my
us-
fault for why you
it
wanted
took
to
us-
slit your
It
wrists.
took us 35
But that's-
hours
no,
to learn
no,
how
I
to draw
mean-
a circle.
How to draw a circle now?
Anthony, do you know how to draw a circle now?
I know how to draw a circle with an analog stick now. I can
Great.
give you a 95% guarantee.
All right, that's better than the like 3% when we started. But yeah, like those games aren't super great to watch. Like I will freely admit that. Like there are some exceptions. Like I can watch Super Meat Boy all the time. Like people are really good at that game. I can like Crimson Clover was super entertaining to watch when I was watching Super Bunny Hop stream it, like last year. Like there's some really cool indie games like that. But like I would never want to watch someone play Gone Home.
Oh no, thanks.
Like I love Gone Home. It was on
Watch
my
a
top 10
person
games.
come
of the
home.
year. Yeah. Like Gone Home was a
Time
game.
for a nap.
Like Gone Home was a game that ended up in my top 10 games of the year that came out. I really liked it. I thought the story was really good. I thought the concept was interesting. But that is a game that to get why it's awesome, you need to play it. Yeah, like same thing with the Stanley Parable. Stanley Parable is another one of those great indie games. But like to understand why it's so awesome, you need to play it.
Well, yeah. I was about to say Hotline Miami, but no. All you have to do is watch it, and you know why it's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we move on? everyone should at least look into Everybody Has Gone to the Rapture. I think that's our main point.
I still don't know what this game is about. Like, what type of game is it?
It's a puzzle game, from what I remember. Like, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, like a puzzle adventure thing about the Rapture, which is like, you know, the biblical Rapture. So,
which, it got really positive press. Like, it's getting pretty good reviews all around. The positives from the GameSpot review, I know they talked pretty positively about presentation, and they said positives: beautiful, non-linear narrative demanding full emotional investment, masterful use of audio and visual cues, highly detailed world, forces full engagement with hidden secrets and unnerving tension. So
that sounds quite unnerving.
Yep.
Yeah.
Galaxy, that was another indie game that hit. That's been popular.
Hey
Good
guys,
things about that one.
we are talking about indies. Why don't we go ahead and talk about one of the most popular indie companies out there called That Game Company?
Yeah.
I think they've made some really like awful games that nobody knows about. I think
Fucking
one
Flow.
of them, yeah, Flower. What is that new one?
Journey.
Oh, that's right, Journey. Totally forgot about that one.
These are all incredible games. If you didn't detect the sarcasm,
every single one.
I wasn't big on Flow, but Flower and Journey were the shit. Like, Ray, you played through both those games recently. Like,
yeah,
we streamed those. What did you think of Flower and Journey?
Flower was interesting. I got the feeling it was definitely more fun to play than to watch.
Yeah, I'd say.
Like I did like this, like just the fact of just gathering the petals, going through the levels. Like the end of the game when you're in the city, that's when it got like really intense. I'm like, dude,
that
you're just making the city come back to life.
That game is that game basically says promote alternative energy, please. Mm-hmm. Anyway,
so I'm gonna go ahead and read you guys a tweet from That Game Company, and right here it is. Attention game developers, we are hiring server engineers for our next connection-driven experience. Followed by a further investigation on that job listing saying, we began incorporating online interactions into our last game, Journey, and we'd like to develop the online multiplayer gameplay even further in our next game. Ooh.
That's cool.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
Like, Journey had a really neat multiplayer that, you know, here's the thing. I am kind of sick of the fact that every game is trying to force multiplayer. Like, sometimes I just want to play games alone. I don't see why...
I play games almost exclusively alone, with the exception of one PC game. I'm not joking, I can't remember the last time I played any game online that wasn't FF14.
Rocket League?
Yeah, that one's actually very recent, actually. But before that, it was like, I was sitting there and I was like, I obviously haven't had Xbox Live in a long time, so I clearly haven't played anything on Xbox. On PlayStation, I think the last time was Drive Club, and even then that was back in like October. And before that it was Destiny, but it's been a really long time since I really played online.
Like
even GTA Online, I haven't touched that in months.
Like, I like online in certain games, but I feel like it's getting to the point where just everyone is trying to shove it down our throats. And
social interaction, it's all about the social. The social, like social. Got social.
Some games
with
just
social
don't need
media.
Like,
yeah.
I think, you know, The Witcher and Batman are two games that came out recently. They're both great games. That they don't have any online interaction. They're great for it. Like, you don't need to shove this online down people's throats.
To be fair, a game I thought did really well with that was Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Like, the optional, like, ring the bell if you need help, and in 20 minutes someone might come.
Or ring the bell
someone
and get
might
beat like
come.
a redheaded stepchild.
You know,
Ray, they might come.
Ray, when you put it that way, it's like, ring the bell in 20 minutes, someone might come, but otherwise, good luck, you're gonna die.
Yeah,
well, you go in with the knowledge that you're taking that chance.
Yeah, and
either way,
there's also the chance that person will want to kill you.
Oh yeah.
Only if you ring the wrong bell.
Or in the wrong area.
Yeah, or no, it's the sinister witches ring the bell to
Yeah.
stun other people.
But no, if you ring a bell in like the
Oh, yeah.
nightmare.
Yeah, if you ring a bell in the nightmare and that witch is around ringing her bell, she'll steal your person and make it bad.
Yeah, like I remember that dude who had Eileen the Crow stuff who was like level 78 and just wrecked me so hard.
On the bright side, he bowed after he killed you.
He bowed and he sent us a polite message, and also, like, I don't know, considering he was like 30 levels above me, I thought I did okay.
To be fair, levels don't mean that much in Bloodborne.
They still, like, the different,
Like, you can go to the first area and they'll still hit you for a pretty hard amount.
yeah, but you hit them way, like, you one-shot them.
Yeah.
So even with shitty weapons, you one-shot them.
Yeah, that's why you 1,000 butt pokes to dodge that level 70.
Yeah, like, not only that, but I feel that game wasn't built for PvP, really.
No.
Like, you can tell that, like, this is a cool idea, but, you know,
There's no way to
Well-
really...
yeah. But no, like last year, Bayonetta 2 had this online co-op mode, and it was fun, and it was well put together, but I'm like, does that really need to be here?
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. I had fun with it. It was a cool idea, and, like, going online and watching some people pull off combos and shit that I could never do was neat, but, like, I'm like, this doesn't really need to be here. Yeah.
That's kind of how I felt about the last story. The multiplayer, it was, to me, it just felt completely unnecessary. One, I don't think anybody's playing it. Two, no one's playing it now for sure. And three, it was like, the whole point of the last story is to, well, enjoy the story and fight through some BS gameplay, but I just didn't see why they needed to put this online multiplayer, because I mean, it's kind of neat, but... And you get to play different characters, but... they didn't need to put... They could have spent more time making the gameplay better, was how I felt. Which, that kind of bites me a little bit whenever I get to the point where I say, they could have not made the multiplayer so they could spend more time making the actual gameplay good.
Yeah. No, like, that's another thing. Like, those are resources that can be put elsewhere.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you guys want to know about another solid single player game?
What?
Some of that Resident Evil 2.
That's okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that I liked having to play through that game 6 different times to see everything. That was nice.
Well, how about a 7th? Because they're making it again.
Making
Yeah,
what? Making what
remakes.
again?
Resident Evil
They're-
2?
They are remaking Resident Evil 2.
Ah.
I don't
Yeah.
know if I should be excited for that.
I have a feeling that it should probably, like, the emotion I feel towards that is complete indifference. Yeah.
Like, I like
It's like,
Resident Evil
guys,
series. I like Resident Evil 2.
remakes.
So I need to play it at
We
each
don't
time.
need to make a game. Let's just re-release old stuff.
To be fair, that
And
game
remake
is
them.
old as shit. Like, that one I'm not super butthurt about. Like,
Yeah.
God of War 3
Well,
can go
here,
fuck
let's be
itself.
honest. The gaming industry, like the 80s, is long ago that you could remake every single game, and then remake them again 10 years from now, to the point where you probably don't need to make a new game or something. I mean, it's just like I freaking look at Zelda and I just like, so they've remade Ocarina of Time. They've put all this stuff out, re-released all this stuff on Virtual Console. They remade Majora's Mask, but I have been sitting here for like what, almost 4 years since Skyward Sword came out.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like
But-
stuff like that kind of concerns me. It's just like
that's
They're-
I think
the
it's-
franchise being known for re-releasing nostalgia instead of making something new.
Well, it's like the A team isn't working on that shit. Like, that's the thing you have to
Well,
understand.
yes, but
Like,
I just look
and
at
in Nintendo's
franchises and I
case-
kind of feel like more of the releases of the franchise have become, oh hey, here's a lot of old stuff for nostalgia's sake, and you haven't played it, but then 10 years from now, what if they didn't play it? Let's re-release it again. And
Well,
again. And I'm
here's the thing. Like, we're still early in the current console generation. We're finally getting titles that like really take advantage of these systems for the most part, and I like they need things to fill out the catalog, and a lot of people haven't played these games, and a lot of people, they're cheap and relatively easy to make, and like, if you don't like them, don't buy them.
Yeah.
And like, I I think there's a difference between a game like Resident Evil 2, which is like 17 years old, and a game like The Last of Us, which was like a year old.
Or Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, or Grand Theft Auto.
They redid that game twice, I think.
Or like
what
yeah,
did they
really
do?
did.
They let's see, it came out on 360 and PS3. Incredible game. I'm surprised they made it look that good. Then they redid it then they remake it for PS4 and Xbox One. Okay, then they redid it again for PC. And do you know how many copies of that game they already sold?
It was like 50 million.
54 million.
Crap.
Like, I sit here
Wow.
and I think, how many times... Okay, like here's a good question. How many times have people bought Grand Theft Auto 5? Like, I bought it twice. I got it for PS3, and then I got it for PS4.
I bought it once, so...
Nick bought it
I
3
haven't.
times.
Yeah, I'm going to buy it 3 times. However, the second time I bought it, I returned it, or I didn't return it. I traded it in for like half as much as I bought it for. So
I'm gonna buy it a second time when I build my PC next year.
yeah, that's cool. Well, I'll have it on PC. I want to play the mods, man. Give me the mods.
I want more story mode for that game. They need to release some story DLC for that fucking game already.
They need to solve the alien mystery is what they need to do.
That they need to give me more Michael and Trevor interaction, because that shit was always hilarious. And more Lamar. Let's get more Lamar in that game.
I don't know, like Lamar and Trevor had like the best conversations.
Yeah, like Lamar and Trevor's conversations were absolutely fantastic. Oh well. But yeah, like I feel as though that a game that is that old getting re-released, and it's not like their A teams are working on it, and it's a nice way to give fans of that franchise something to enjoy while they wait for the next real release.
Next rare release, yeah.
Like Zelda, like without the remakes, a Zelda game comes out like once every 4 to 5 years. So it's something to be a little bit of filler.
Bronson,
Yep.
this game is ridiculous. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be playing games, but it's Crimson. Everyone who is listening right now, check out this game. It's $250.
Crimson Clover with a Z.
Yeah. All right, it's off now. I just wanted to say that. Try it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is the exact reason on why when we record in person, we have everyone turn off their cell phone.
Yeah, no. I wasn't expecting it to be as. I was still talking while I was playing it, so yeah, I wasn't expecting that. And
Oh, no,
in my
successfully
defense,
rated once while podcasting.
I have successfully rated while podcasting.
I done it a
man.
couple times, just my keyboard was a tad loud. But big deal of remakes. Yeah, I sit here and I complain about remakes, but what Nintendo's gonna do? Well, Twilight Princess is gonna have a remake for Wii U or NX. Okay, here's my money, Nintendo. Thank you. Bye.
I mean,
think
it's totally different though with Nintendo than it is with Microsoft and Sony. And like the big difference is it's been decades. Like I'm trying to think of a game that they have remade from the ground up that has not been more than a decade. I mean, when they don't remake a game, they kind of expand on it, like Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
And they do great. Like it's a totally different game too. Like Tropical Freeze, you play Tropical Freeze and then you play the original Donkey Kong Country. There's like light and day difference, and it's more than graphics. And it just feels like way more of a cash grab as far as Sony and Microsoft's concerned. Like Sony is having the Uncharted.
Who has a fan blowing in the background, or is
God damn it! Sorry.
sitting outside?
Is it good now?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, sorry about that. I was right in front of. I got into that conversation for a second.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. So yeah, I mean, like the Uncharted collection's coming out minus the multiplayer. So tell me, why would I want to buy that?
That because who gave a shit
Because
about
graphics.
because graphics.
That's it.
Wait, why
Because
the
I
Uncharted
have
collection?
all sitting in my cupboard
Well-
right now.
Well, there's also the reason of, like, I know plenty of people who owned a 360, only owned a 360, but ended up buying a PS4 for whatever reason. So, like, if you're that person, then that's awesome. Because those games are great. Like, the Uncharted games are incredible.
Yeah.
So, if you're that person, then that's awesome.
Let me be completely honest, Bronson.
Mhm.
I'm gonna buy Uncharted,
Mhm.
but the thing is, I'm buying it for one. I saw like a light and day difference between The Last of Us and The Last of Us Remastered, and not only that, but I also like love those games to all hell, like The Last of Us. Love them to all hell.
Uncharted 2 was one of the only 10s I've ever given.
Yeah, it is. It's the same with Uncharted, and so not only that, but I want to let's play them at one point in my life, and would like to do so with a better version. Yeah, exactly. And I work for a website, and I want to add to that website by doing a let's play of these. So what about that average Joe who has already played and beaten all of the ones on the PlayStation 3? Why would he want to get Uncharted Collection for PlayStation 4?
He doesn't,
He
and then he can go
probably
spend that
wouldn't.
40
Like someone like
you
me
can go blow that
wouldn't, because I already
$40
have
elsewhere.
2 and 3 on my PS3, and I want to play them. I just take my PS3 out.
Like, I'm gonna rent those games, like, blow through them in, like, a week and a half, and then go to somebody else. Like, you might buy those, because you've never played those.
Well,
like, you played the
I
first
played
one.
the first one, some of the second, but I own the first and second. So if I or the second and third, so if I really wanted to, I could just spend like $3 at GameStop and pick up the first one.
Yeah,
And
like,
just rent Uncharted Collection.
yeah, like, if you want to see that prettier version. Like, I guess that's also gonna be because there are people who sell their old system and get the new one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know plenty of people who sold their PS3 to get PS4s, so I guess if you're in that group,
Yeah, like where you got rid of your older system,
or
to
you
get
like,
the newer
or
one.
you were one of those persons who migrated from Xbox to PlayStation or PlayStation to Xbox,
Yeah.
then, like, that's a reason. And in our case, we always have the excuse of the website.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people want to see 60-minute access, or we want to let's play it or stream it or whatever. Like,
Which is the reason you're considering buying Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 for like the third time.
Yeah, let's fucking, like, man. So, John, there might be a point in my life where I own 4 different copies of Final Fantasy 10. So, that's...
Wait, what would the fourth be?
The PS4 version.
Yeah, no, so the PS4,
The PS3.
the Vita.
The
It's
Vita.
on the PS3?
Yeah. And it's actually on sale this week for $15.
Yeah,
10 and
well,
2
yeah,
HD.
I saw that sale. I did not know... Oh, by the way, everyone, there's an awesome Square Enix sale for Sony systems.
Chrono Trigger's $5.
And
Yeah.
Chrono Cross is also $5, so you can get both of them for $10. Is 50% off. And this is on all Sony consoles, except for the
Yeah.
PS4. Everybody, yay!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
So,
their summer sales this year were fucking lame. The summer sales this year were so fucking lame for
for
PlayStation.
everything, like Steam, I didn't care. like-
Steam had some good shit. Like, I believe Shogun was on sale at one point.
Well, I mean, I already had Shogun. That wouldn't have helped.
Like,
but-
yeah, like, if you already own the game, then yeah, but, like, for the general public, there was something to like on that summer sale.
Yeah.
Right now, Steam is actually having a Japanese indie game festival. Like, all week, it's like Japanese indie games are significantly discounted. That's how, like, I remember Crimson Clover, like, I remember seeing streams of it, and I was like, this game is super cool, but I'm super broke and can't afford this. And then, like, when I heard they were doing a Japanese indie sale, I took the time to see if Crimson Clover was one of those games, and it was. So, yeah. So Anthony, if you want to see some weird Japanese indie games, the time is now.
All of a sudden, I have changed my opinion to maybe there are indie games I'm interested in.
Yeah,
I
all the
cannot
shmups.
maintain a straight opinion on this podcast
They're pretty
today.
great.
All the shmups. You can play shmups. You can play weird dating sims.
Play strange dungeon crawlers.
Yeah, you play dungeon crawlers of middling quality. You play a dating sim where you try and romance a pigeon.
Wait, what?
That's a thing.
That's a thing.
That is called how is it called? Howtiful Boyfriend?
Oh, didn't Bremen review that one?
No. You met Charmaine, right?
Yeah.
She was super into that game.
Ah.
Yeah, like I'm digging through like this indie game list. It's like shmup, visual novel, shmup. Let's see. Like 2D 16-bit mech game. Hey, we got like a 2D platformer thing. Let's see, what is this? Another visual novel. All the visual novels. God damn. So, have you guys ever done like any studying on the Japanese game market at all?
Yeah, I do it every other day.
That's okay. That's a no. It's weird. It's super weird. Like that. It is the weirdest like market for video games ever. Like it's like visual. The biggest games there are like visual novels, shmups, and Monster Hunter clones.
Yeah.
The Japanese love them Monster Hunters.
I really enjoy Monster Hunter.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure all of us enjoyed Monster Hunter.
But every single time someone tells me a game's like Monster Hunter, I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not. There will never ever be a game like Monster Hunter.
I think they're not as good, but they are similar.
No, not even, man.
I think they say it's like Monster Hunter because
John,
you go
stop
hunt
it,
monsters.
Are you telling me that Soul Sacrifice is not like Monster Hunter?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
And okay, I'm gonna go down this path a little bit. Are you telling me that what was that? It was Freedom Wars? Was that Vita game last year?
Yes.
That game was totally like Monster Hunter.
Dude, no, it was not.
Really? Because I played it, and I played
game.
Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii, and I didn't even get that far. Then I played Freedom Wars, and I didn't think any moment when I played Freedom Wars, oh, this is Monster Hunter. I didn't think that at all.
Yeah, no.
That's
like it just didn't have the feel, and I kind of felt like I was playing something quite different.
Well, it might be because of this. Genuinely, I am a disgustingly hardcore Monster Hunter player. And it might be the fact that I have gone way deeper into the game than you guys probably ever will.
Well, yeah, it's the same reason how like I've reviewed every Call of Duty since 2009. So like I could tell you why those games are all different from each other. Like if you play enough of a franchise, like you start to realize all the little, things that make it different. But on the surface level, on the surface level, those games are similar to a lot of people.
I mean, you guys would probably have I still don't see it, but if you guys say so, I will respectfully disagree. I feel like that's saying like Mario and Donkey Kong are the same or very similar.
They're in the same genre. Like
Mario and Banjo are pretty similar.
Banjo-Kazooie was fucking Mario 64.
It was. It was. Holy crap.
Yeah, like, wait, are you having a revelation or agreeing with us?
I am agreeing with you guys with that.
Okay, like I was about to say, like you sounded like you would just like realize that holy shit, Banjo is like Mario.
No, that's not a revelation. That's an agreement. No.
Yeah, like.
You collect shiny gold things to unlock portals to get to more shiny gold things.
How about the fact that when Mario jumps, he does like yoo-hoo or whatever. Banjo did the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's pretty similar. I mean,
people complained that there was never Mario 64 too. Yeah, there was. It was called Banjo-Kazooie.
Man.
Oh my god, I'm looking at this Japanese indie sale and like, dear god, like I'm gonna buy all these shmups because they're all like $1. You know what you should buy? What?
You should totally buy Mario Maker, which will have everything unlocked for you in like 9 days.
Wait, what? Explain this.
Oh, Bronson does not know about this.
I did not hear about this. What's up?
All right, so this was, in case you guys were curious, this was another brilliant segue. Um, so you have to wait 9 days to unlock everything in Mario Maker,
All
and
right.
the reason for that is because things are unlockable, like creation tools and stuff like that, through daily play.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Hold on, Bronson. I'm gonna explain it, and I'm also going to send you something so that you can actually view it for yourself, because I know you're legitimately interested. So they have a video that reveals. Okay, I guess I'm actually sending this to group chat. So,
wait,
it
just
shows
post
how.
it in the TeamSpeak chat.
Oh well, I already sent it to all you guys.
Okay, but then I have to look it on my phone, and my phone's fucked right now.
Well, now I gotta find my iPad. It's somewhere in my
That's-
room. I don't know where.
Okay, you know what? I'll just bring it up on my phone. Yeah, that's
Thank
actually
you.
that's a problem I've been having though. Like my phone's possessed. Like this, it'll just randomly start typing and opening apps and
It'll
shit.
call people.
Like,
But I
because-
thought
What?
Apple was perfect.
Yeah, me too.
You
I'm-
can't suffer from
I'm-
weirdness with Apple. They
I'm-
are magic,
To be
right?
fair, Bronson broke his phone. That's why it's acting
Yeah,
up. It's
like-
not like the phone itself. It's Bronson's issue.
or it's possessed. So I mean, I like that.
That
option,
would
too.
explain why Bronson sometimes talks in tongues. Is because its possessedness is rubbing off on you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
well,
just created that verb.
I get my upgrade next month. So
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
okay, John. I make nouns verbs all the time.
All right. So anyway, yeah, Nintendo just released a video of a day where it's like you first play it, and only limited things are selectable, at that time, and then it kind of goes through to tell you that eventually you play 9 days, and it unlocks the 9 tiers of creation tools. So it also shows off some other features like randomized 110 Mario challenges, and then you can actually have different sound effects and music block customizations.
So
really cool.
This is my thing with this. Like, that's a bummer that that's the way it is. But like, if you really want to have the full suite of options there from the start, just don't play the game for a week, bro.
Yeah, just wait.
Just wait a week. Or just play the single player for a week and then.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's going to work. Actually, I think you have to literally play it for 9 days.
Oh wow! So it's super gated.
Yeah, because they're
Wow.
daily play.
All right. Well, yeah, that's still not that. That's still not that big of a deal.
Okay, so here's the thing with that. My opinion on it is, dude, you buy it, you're gonna play it for 9 days. It's freaking Mario. It's customizable Mario, and it's Mario that you can get infinite levels online. So I don't see why you would buy this game and not play it for 9 days. So I'm not saying straight or anything like that, but I think the requirement is five minutes one day.
Which
that's one
that's
level.
2-3 levels. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's
I mean, if you're
not that
okay,
bad.
so if you're Bronson, it's 2 or 3 levels. But no, I mean, I don't think that's bad at all.
Yeah, no,
At least they don't have this DLC. Let's be honest with each other here. Sony, Microsoft, you would have to pay for those.
yeah. Nintendo's been very good about DLC, for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't even find that Smash DLC too disgusting or egregious.
I am a wee bit butthurt about that, but
the thing is, though, $5 per character, that seems like the fighting game average. You go, you look at most fighting games, $5 per character for DLC characters seems about the norm. And God knows, for Smash, they could have gotten away with 10 to 20.
yeah. I mean, has anyone gotten those characters? Any of them?
I keep meaning to do it, but
I've played them, but I don't personally own them.
I keep meaning to buy Ryu. He's the one I want.
Ryu's insane to play.
But yeah, I keep meaning to buy Ryu and just don't. So, anyway.
All right, so what other news do you guys have? I mean, other than Gamescom, that was pretty much all I had.
So here's the big news that I have. So YouTube, obviously a lot of people go to YouTube for gaming videos. Well, it's so popular that YouTube's going to have its own separate gaming section, like its own separate YouTube gaming website or something like that. And it's going to support. And YouTube's had streaming for a while, but never was really like a forefront feature. Well, now it's going to be. And PS4 with the big 3.0 patch, you can stream to YouTube.
Cool.
That'll be.
That's
going to be big for a lot of people, considering YouTube is the video website of the world.
Like, I think, like, if you are an established YouTuber, that's a big deal because then you don't have to leave your platform of choice. But if you're like us, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we could be streaming on Ustream, really, if we wanted to. So, like, doesn't really bother us.
But potential audience.
Yeah, and, like, you know, Twitch...
But then again, everyone's probably thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah, like, Twitch is fine for now. You know, like, right now, Ray and I are going through all the Halo games, co-op. And, you know... Like, just, and we did some rare, like, we finished Battletoads Arcade on stream.
Oh, nice.
On Twitch, yeah. If you play that game co-op, it's like an hour long. We really, like, we sat there and thought about, though, like, we were in an actual arcade, we would have spent, like, $200, though.
Yeah, like...
Because we were dying. Yeah, we were dying, like, every...
Well, that's a quarter.
Yep, that's quarter. That's quarter. That's quarter. Just, you get 2 lives every death.
Yeah.
So, but no, Battletoads Arcade, man. That
I'm
game
surprised they didn't give like extra lives in that game. Like they were just like, you were going to pay us to play this.
Yeah. What else?
Have a fly. Have a fly.
What else did we check out in Real Replay? We checked out Banjo.
Check out Banjo. There's a lot.
Yeah, like we looked into.
You played some Cameo, I believe.
Yeah, did KI. We did
You guys played some of that Viva Pinata?
We did that for 60-minute access.
Awesome.
Viva Pinata's the best.
I love this. Can we agree the second one's better? Like, yes.
I like the dragon. Like,
you can get the dragon in the second one.
I never got it.
That's all the one. Like, it doesn't have all those awful menus. Like, you just skip to that second one, man. Oh. Hello?
Yeah, I haven't played it, man.
Oh, you know, just skip to the second one. Just, it's the same game.
Just skip it.
Just go to the second one, yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
It's the same game, but like the menus aren't crap, and there's more stuff to do.
Yeah, the menus are definitely better.
Yeah.
Like, if you're just wanting a game to kill time, the first one, because you don't have to do as much.
Yeah, like the thing is though, is like that means you just have to sit there and wait for shit to happen.
If you want to play a lazy game, like you just want a game for background noise.
Like I enjoyed going to like the desert and the tundra and shit to catch pinatas. And then
other pads, so you just have to find the balance.
And then pinatas have sex by dancing.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to make them like go through a candy maze to get there.
And they can't hit mines.
That candy maze is cool, man. Don't be knocking on that candy maze.
Dude, Viva Pinata is like the best game. Like you don't even know.
It really is. Like that game is awesome.
Each animal has their own dance too.
Yeah, like everyone
I want to know what is more metal than a pinata killing another pinata eating its candy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's pretty metal when you have 2 snakes make a baby and you bash the baby snake's egg with the shovel and it grows 2 heads. And then you have two-headed snakes make a baby and you do it again and it has 4 heads.
Yeah, I mean
that's pretty insane.
Yeah, that game is awesome. Cameo is awesome. That Cameo is a great game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. I love Cameo. Yep.
So far I am really loving Red Replay.
I mean,
spent some time with Perfect Dark, and that's still awesome.
Did you Zero or the regular one?
With the regular one.
Yeah. Okay. Zero. I think Zero is a kind of an underrated game. I like that game. I liked it a lot. God, what else do they have in that damn collection?
There's KI, there's Battletoads.
We played Cameo.
Oh yeah, KI is cool. I have not played Cameo yet.
Perfect Dark.
The Perfect Darks. The Banjos.
Jetpack is cool.
Jetpack HD is cool. I like that.
Yeah.
God, what else was in that thing?
I'm just thinking of the intro in my head, thinking about characters.
What is that crashing game where you try to destroy everything?
Oh, Blast Corps. Blast Corps.
Yeah, that game is awesome too.
Jet Force. Jet Force is in there.
Oh, yes, Jet Force Gemini, yes. Anthony should play all of these, by the way. Just pop them. Just get Rare Replay and pop them in your PlayStation 4
with the 2 hours that I have. Yes.
Yeah.
Conquer.
You need to realize.
Conquer's back.
Oh yeah, Conquer's. Yeah.
I like how everyone I've talked to everyone on staff who's played these games, and like everyone has a different favorite Rare game. Like mine's Cameo, Tori's is Conquer. I believe John, yours is Jet Force.
Mine is Viva Pinata.
That's okay.
But Jet Force would absolutely be number 2.
Yeah, my number 2 would probably be KI or Banjo, the first Banjo. Yeah,
Digger.
Oh yeah, Digger, T-Rock. There's Attic Attack. God.
Oh, the Ghoulies.
No one cares about Grab by the Ghoulies.
What is that?
It's that Xbox game.
Oh yeah, no, I was being sarcastic, but like
you know that game's a double entendre, by the way. It's a joke if you're from the UK, because Ghoulies in the UK means your dick. Grabbed by the Ghoulies.
So what if you're not from the UK?
Then that just means grabbed by ghosts.
Okay, that's exactly what it means to me.
Oh, okay.
Saberwolf.
So
yeah, Saberwolf, that's in there. Yeah, they chose a lot of really good games. There are a couple of weird ones that I felt were missing. Like they didn't have Wizards and Warriors. I was kind of bummed about that one. They didn't have Wizards and Warriors. I know why they couldn't get GoldenEye. Like that's obvious.
Yeah. Same with Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised they didn't put the HD Conkers.
There wasn't. Oh yeah, the original Xbox one.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably because like they would have had to like make an Xbox. They would have done like make instead of running the 360 emulator or N64 emulator that they made for this collection, they probably would have had to make an Xbox One like port to get the online shit to work. Yeah.
That's right.
But still, Conker's it's fine. Conker's
the
fine,
original Conkers, as long as one of them is on there.
Yeah. Yeah. Banjo Nuts and Bolts. That game is criminally underrated.
All right, good, because I've heard awful things about it. So
yeah, like that game. I feel the reason people are butthurt about that game is they wanted a platformer. Like they wanted another one of those games. But like, if you are just looking for a good video game with good humor, then that game is great. Like, fuck people who don't like that game. They hate that game for stupid reasons. Everyone I know who actually gave that game like a real shot really, really enjoyed it. So
where we like build cars.
Yeah, so a good example of what's in that game is like, okay, there's this thing at the top of the mountain, and then you have to like build a car with certain parts or parts you have, or a plane or whatever it is to get to the top. And you build it, and you get timed, and you have to meet certain times and stuff. And like you'll get like 2 minutes, and then you'll see like the best time on it is like 14 seconds. You're like, how the fuck did they do that? Mm-hmm. And you go and you watch how people did stuff. You'll go watch someone else do it, and it's like, oh wow, that guy totally used the eject seat on his car to catapult him to the top of the mountain to get gold. Stuff where like you need to move all these balls to a pin to get the jigsaw piece. Well, you could do that, or you could like get something that scoops them all up and moves them in, or you can make it so something moves the pin to them. Like stuff like that. Like it is a game that encourages you to be really creative. And like
shortcuts are your friend.
Yeah, like I feel as though like the whole reason people are mad about that game and hated that game is because it's like, it's not a platformer. I want old Banjo. Fuck this. Like that's the whole reason people dislike it.
By the way, speaking like earlier when we were talking about games that are more fun to play than watch, Banjo is definitely one of them.
Yes, I agree with that.
Like I watched Bronson play it for like 20 minutes, and I just wanted to just chew on my own legs and just get out of the chain he had me in.
Yeah, that game was not super great to watch. I will freely admit that. But yeah.
All right, so well, why don't we do a couple more news stories and
I got
do
two.
Okay, cool. Then we will do comments and call it a night. That sound good?
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, so Bronson, go for it.
All right, Treyarch teases impending Call of Duty Black Ops 3 reveal.
Oh my god.
Treyarch has lifted the lid on the details regarding its beta. The beta will feature 3 maps, including Hunted, a big game hunting lodge set in the Ethiopian mountains, Combine, a research facility set in the middle of the Egyptian Sahara, and Evac, a Singapore set evacuation zone. There will be Capture the Flag, Team Deathmatch, Domination, Demolition, Hardpoint, Kill Confirmed, and Search and Destroy. They detailed Black Ops 3's new specialist, which will be available to players when the beta kicks off on PS4 next week. There are 8 in total, including Gravity Spike, Speed Burst, Overdrive, Bow Expert, so on and so forth.
I can tell that the anticipation is strong for Anthony.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man,
He's just like, I have to play like 40 indie games.
so excited
As
to
soon as
not
this
buy
comes out, all my time.
I don't know, man. It's like Call of Duty, like, we report on it because people care about it, and that's what, like, people want to hear about it. And oh shit, that's a dragonfly. A dragonfly just flew in the room, guys.
That's an omen.
That is a big fucking dragonfly. Holy
All right,
shit.
well, Ray's got some protein now.
Ray can eat tonight. All right, cool. Have fun, Ray.
I feel like Chomper from The Land Before Time. Just trying to catch that damn bug.
I don't know. Like, we report on Call of Duty because people care about it. Like, it keeps selling, it keeps doing well. I think that franchise gets a lot of undeserved hate. Like, those games are not bad games. You know, like, I have never reviewed a Call of Duty game and been, like, offended at how fucking awful it is, like I have certain games.
Black Ops 1?
Black Ops 1.
Call of Duty 3?
Call of Duty 3 is the exception to that, for sure. Yeah, Call of Duty 3.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think everyone... Like, here's the thing. They're probably okay. It's just everyone likes to hate on them because...
They're popular.
We feel it's not good enough to deserve the success it's had. The financial success, I should say.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that, but
because it's like Black Ops 1 broke entertainment sales records, and it wasn't even that good. So, meanwhile, that same year, lots of other good stuff happened.
Yeah, like, I get
stuff
that.
like that.
Like, I agree with that. But man, those first, like, 3 of those first 4 Call of Duties were, like, game-changing, incredible games. Whoa. That thing is fucking...
Dude, I can hear that.
That thing is gonna kill you
my
guys,
god.
right?
Whoa. Fuck that thing. Oh my god, whoa.
Felt like it landed.
Oh, great.
You know, John, I'm kind of glad we're not there right now.
Whoa.
Because if they start screaming...
Yeah, fuck this.
That dragonfly's gonna eat you guys.
It's like the size of Junior.
Holy shit. Dear lord. Yeah, just leave it alone.
If you guys kill it, that's gonna be gooey.
Yeah, don't. Yeah. Holy shit, dude. That thing is fucking gigantic. Holy crap. That thing's like, oh my god, that's like the dragonfly equivalent of Deathwing. Good lord.
It's cleaning its face. It's so cute.
Ray has a new pet.
I think I'll have to call it Aldwin Jr.
But yeah, last piece of news I have is from Gamescom. During the Microsoft Gamescom 2015 press conference, they did their presentation on backwards compatibility and how it's coming this November. And they had a set of games scrolling by. And supposedly these are games that are rumored to be backwards compatible in the first set. A Kingdom of Kelthlings, Alan Wake, Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, Bayonetta, Bioshock Infinite, Borderlands, Brothers in Arms, Cars, Fuck Yes, Child of Eden, Civ Rev, Dark Souls, Dead Space, Disney Universe, End War, Fable 2, Fallout 3, Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, Risen, Risen 2, and Trials.
Nice.
I just want Reach. Put Reach on there.
I just want Reach.
Yeah, just put Halo Reach, please.
It's backwards compatible. I mean, it's not part of the Master Chief Collection, but at this point, you could play just about every. You could play every big major Halo game on your Xbox One now, in some form.
Yeah, the only ones that are missing are Reach and Halo Wars.
Oh, by the way, Halo Wars 2.
Yeah, that was a really... So, can we just ask why the hell that was the showstopper for them? Like, why was that the game they're like, alright, this is what we need to close on? Fucking Halo Wars 2.
Just because of the name, Halo?
Yeah, like, you look at Halo, like I've said this many times, Halo's more than just a series of games now. It's basically become a giant brand for Microsoft, because let's be honest here, if it's gotten to the point where Cortana now is your Siri or Google Now equivalent on Windows, yeah, not to mention they dumped so much money into all the CG work that I think their games look bad because the CG is so good. It's like all I think of Halo now is like their extremely meticulously detailed CG. I don't actually think of how their games look. And when I see their games, I'm like, wow, you guys spent so much time making all of this media, and yet you can't get your facial animation out of the Uncanny Valley quite yet.
You know,
do creepy still.
Yeah, I agree with that, but like Halo Wars. So I feel Halo Wars is like this gigantic fuck up, and the reason I say that is because Halo Wars, to be a good game, literally just had to copy StarCraft. That's all they had to do.
Halo Wars was made by the studio that made Age of Empires, and that was good.
Ready at Dawn.
Yeah, Age of Empires is good, and so I don't know. I guess it just had something to do with the fact that it's a strategy game put onto a console, and the fact that it said Halo on it just made it a bit more difficult.
Now it's the Shogun guys. The God, who develops the Total War games, John?
Creative Assembly.
Yeah, now those are the guys developing it.
Are you 100% positive?
That...
Yes, it is Creative Assembly.
Oh, god damn it, this game's going to be amazing.
They were probably thinking that because Halo has now become like this colossal brand, anybody's heard of Halo Wars 2 probably likely has not even played the first one, not even the demo. So they don't really have an idea of how Halo Wars didn't work out.
Like, so let's talk about how this is how you make a successful Halo RTS. Okay, you look at StarCraft and you go Flood equals Zerg, humans equal Terran, Covenant equals Protoss. Release that shit.
It's a StarCraft clone and it's not Halo.
Great. You know what? Halo, like, the Halo universe is fucking StarCraft. I would hate to break that to some people.
Actually, you watched that Game Theory episode where freaking all the games sit on the same exact timeline, right?
Yeah, that was terrifying.
Problem solved.
Huh.
No, video games can predict the future, is basically what the episode says. I'm not joking. After Mass Effect 3, when all the mass relays were destroyed and the Reaper threat was finally solved, guess what happens after that? Halo.
That's okay.
And it's like, holy crap. We're going to journey to Mars one day, we're going to find some ruins, Mass Effect's going to happen, and after all the mass relays blow up, Halo exists.
So, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. But now the Halo timeline has changed. So that one isn't accurate anymore. But anyway,
okay. So Halo. Say what you will about the first Halo Wars. I trust Creative Assembly with.
I don't even think the original Halo was that bad of a game. I just want to play it with a fucking mouse.
This one's gonna be on PC as well.
Yeah, which this is gonna be the only time where I'm like, I'm getting the PC version of a fucking Halo game.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
So I'm gonna play a strategy RTS that's Halo themed on my PC with a PS4 controller.
Sure,
if such a thing is possible.
Yeah.
It is definitely possible.
Or you could play those games the way they're meant to be played with a fucking mouse.
Yeah, when you play strategy games, like with all those buttons and managing you have to do, you need some way to either a touchscreen. Touchscreens, like strategy games, make great. Like touchscreens are great for strategy games,
Yeah,
because you just touch areas of the screen and direct stuff. It's really cool. That's when a touchscreen can help a game. Is if it's turn-based or strategy.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about this news. Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls are getting a PS4 port.
Oh my god. I didn't hear about Heavy Rain. That's so exciting.
I did not hear about either of those, actually.
Yeah, it's apparently cycling through the rumor mill, but it's probably true. And man, those games are really pretty, so seeing them prettier, that's great. Can we just talk about how awful the writing is in Beyond Two Souls?
That's so disappointing because it was really good in
Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
And even Heavy Rain has massive fucking plot holes.
Yeah.
Like, Heavy Rain has fucking gigantic plot holes.
Emotion.
Fucking David Cage. Like, David Cage is a really good director, but a really shitty writer.
Can we just talk about how if you listen to the Banjo-Kazooie soundtrack while playing...
Yeah, I'd say,
the funniest thing ever.
Yeah, like...
Cut off your finger while do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah, John, we have something that will make Heavy Rain the most hilarious game ever. Play it while the Banjo-Kazooie soundtrack is playing.
So that's the equivalent of Nancat during Metal Gear, then.
Yeah, like, it's even better. Like, there's a scene in Heavy Rain, Anthony, where...
So I'm not the only crazy person here if you guys are laughing.
Oh, I already knew everyone on the staff was insane.
Yeah.
So
but no.
You guys call me as the only crazy one.
That's because yours was really creepy.
Yeah.
But no, there's this scene I want to sit down, like, to do a quick video for the site, where in that game, Ethan has to cut off the end of his finger to get the next clue to find his son.
Yeah.
And we played Banjo-Kazooie music over that, and it was the most hilarious thing we've ever fucking seen. It was so funny. Like,
you have to mute the sound on the other videos. Like,
yeah.
Heavy Rain has no music, and it's just Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, so
mountain music.
Yeah, just the music where you're in Mumbo's Mountain, or just going up Spiral Mountain. It's just do 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 do, and it's just him chopping off his finger. It's so messed up.
It was pretty great though, because when he started to scream in pain, it matched the little tone of the song. So it looked like he was just singing along to the beat.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So that is unless there's a need to know story, that's pretty much it, right?
That's Anthony, can we make that a video, please?
I think the world needs to see
like Anthony, we're doing this as a side video this weekend. This is happening. I'll install Heavy Rain tonight. And we'll pick a song from Banjo to dub over that scene.
Mumbo's Mountain.
Whoever laughs the hardest is officially a crazy wacko, right?
Yeah. Hey, watch, it'll be Anthony.
Why am I a little? Yeah, it's just me just laughing maniacally.
Yeah. So I think that Metal Gear 5 is gonna have a bunch of messed up stuff that this will also work pretty well with. So we should do that sometime also. Just dub really happy music over really terrifying game scenes.
Well, you guys already were planning that anyways.
Yeah. All right. This is
Call it twisted humor. It'll be great.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, there was gonna be that. So some behind the scenes stuff. We were originally gonna do a series where Anthony and I played through some of the worst video games of all time. For achievements called Forced Enjoyment.
Yes, I remember this idea. It was a great idea. It's just we don't have enough time, or we don't have enough time to fit it into the schedule these days.
We literally have so many ideas on the shelf.
It's just like if you open the closet, the stuff will fall on you. That's how many big awesome ideas we wish we could do, but we just don't have the time or sometimes energy to do it all.
If you gave us a full-time, if we ever got the message, like, all right, we got a huge sponsorship, you guys are doing this full-time, like, Anthony and I would be producing so many shows so fast.
I mean, I really like the idea of just sitting there, just torturing ourselves, just playing stuff like Superman 64, and just be like, oh my god.
We need to fly through all the
play through Blood Rain.
And games like
that would be awesome.
Games like, Dragon
Dark
Age,
Souls.
Dragon Age Inquisition, where Bronson hates it completely, and I sit there being
Yeah.
bored out of my mind, enjoying the hinterlands, or like say Fallout 3.
Oh god.
Yes.
Playing
Because
through
I mean,
Fallout
like it doesn't
3.
have to be a bad game. It just has to be a game that Bronson and I are just forcing ourselves to enjoy and just not
Yeah,
dying.
Fallout 3 is going to be backwards compatible with the Xbox 360 soon, so we can stream that.
You mean Xbox One?
Yeah, sorry, Xbox One. So we'll be able to stream that soon.
But yeah, that'll be pretty exciting. I mean, I don't know, like some of those ideas are really good, but we just need the time for it.
Yeah, it's like, here's the thing. Ray and I stream currently on
Friday and Sunday.
Friday and Sunday, and Friday's our long stream. That's our 4-hour
4-hour stream.
And then, like, you have 2 hours for the raid, 2 hours for Unscripted. I spend about 30 minutes to an hour writing a comic. I spend about 30 minutes to an hour writing Bronson's Soapbox. Newly renamed, everyone. Hey. You know, and then we have the Gamecast and 60-minute access, which are also an hour to 2 hours each. And then Anthony has to edit all that shit. So whatever he's not on, he's probably editing. So, I mean, doing any more shows right now is very unlikely, at least for a lot of the Reno guys. Like, we could probably cram one more in for John and Bremen if they want to do something.
Make them a stream team.
I've been wanting to make Anthony and Bremen
That's
a
right,
stream
Anthony.
team.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense since I'm already part of another big
sorry.
team.
Yeah, like,
No, it's all good.
Brain skip.
pretty soon the girls are going to have a laptop where they can stream. So,
What would they stream?
indie games. They have all these arty ass indie games. So, and also they can stream them drawing like game characters, which I think that'd be cool. And then, you know, Anthony and Bremen could stream hentai games.
Oh God,
I
I
didn't
can't
say
imagine.
I was interested
I was
in
about
that.
to say I can't imagine.
That would be like
I'm
the
not
weirdest
interested
thing
in that.
Just Anthony's so uncomfortable the entire time. Just Bremen's just sitting there so into it, like, dude, you gotta check out this next part.
I'm just like, yeah.
It's like, you gotta check out this next part.
No.
It'd be that scene from Chasing Amy. Look at Buck. What does he think? No.
Anyway.
All right, guys. Let's go ahead and read the comments. People have been talking to us.
I got one small thing left.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
What's up?
Okay, so obviously Forza 6 is the reason why buying an Xbox this year has nothing to do with Halo 5, believe it or not. I mean, Halo 5 is a mild curiosity, but I just don't care about shooters. Anyways, Forza 6. So they shoved out 36 more cars, and here's basically the list. More old muscle cars, a fast Jeep, a slow Jeep, more muscle cars, modern muscle cars, some Euro, another Ferrari, yet another Ferrari, some weird oddities, and that's your list. Yeah.
All right.
Nothing
I
really
feel
new,
like
other than that nothing really new except for the fact that they put it in 1991 Jeep Grand Wagoneer, which is okay. That's an interesting choice, but
I feel like
hooray
that
for
was
hipster
super
vehicles.
anticlimactic. Like,
I mean,
was
we can
waiting
talk.
for
and
something
look at the
super
list. It's like,
amazing.
what is there that really stands out aside from the night? Like, to me, the only thing that stands out is the 1991 Jeep Grand Wagoneer, which is pretty interesting because it's basically a Jeep SUV from like the early 90s being put into this game, which I guess is pretty interesting experiment.
Yeah,
but
Jeeps.
I mean, like, but what else is new? You got more Corvettes, you got more old Chargers, old Challengers, you got another Lamborghini, another two Ferraris you already knew were there anyways.
Can we talk about how Microsoft has basically brought back the pack-in game? Like, so the Super Nintendo and Genesis had pack-in games with every console. And then, like, after those consoles, it stopped. And now this generation, it has come back. Every system now comes with a fucking pack-in game. And in the case of the Xbox, there is a Halo bundle, or a Halo 5 bundle, two Master Chief Collection bundles, a FIFA bundle, a Madden bundle, a Forza bundle, a Gears bundle, and I'm going to be willing to bet you that later this year there will be a Fallout and Tomb Raider bundles.
I'm hoping for a Persona bundle.
It's not coming back.
Not Persona, God. Kill them.
This game gets a
Wishful
bundle.
thinking.
That game gets a bundle. Everyone gets a bundle.
It's cool. Like, it's cool. Like, I actually really dig
like
this.
to me, it's just like, oh, I want Forza 6. Well, and not to mention some of these are themed too. Like for example, oh man, I'm getting an Xbox One for Forza 6. Wouldn't it be a nice little bonus if we painted it in Forza colors for you? It's a nice little bonus.
Have you guys seen the Halo?
And give you a hard drive upgrade because you can't upgrade the hard drive on your own on the Xbox.
But have you guys seen the Halo 5 Xbox One? That thing looks ridiculous.
Like that's the one I'm probably getting.
Yeah, it comes out in October, so you'll have plenty of time to.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's a nice bonus if you're a Halo fan, but I honestly am not really a person who gets too excited about.
Like
paint.
as long as I can play with friends, I enjoy Halo.
Yeah. I enjoy the stories. Like,
I can play the single player by myself. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
And that's why Bronson is because I like the lore.
Yeah, no, I've read most of those books. They're really good. That's like there are some books that are crap, but most of them are really good. No, but Tomb Raider, like I think that's getting a bundle. I think Fallout's getting a bundle too.
I'd be surprised if they didn't do one after releasing that like Pip-Boy.
Yeah, like I think
I could see them doing like a golden Xbox.
That they keep talking about how like the Xbox One version gets mods. So yeah,
well, we'll see.
I really like this year for them. They have a really good the next year to early next year for them. They have a lot of really good exclusives.
I'm just Scalebound's multiplayer is just let's have 4 giant dragons. Just why not?
Yeah.
Everyone gets a dragon. You get a dragon.
Dragon communism.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a dragon. Can that be the title of this episode? Dragon communism.
I'm pretty. I don't know.
Did we even talk about that?
Indie Anthony would probably be a good one
let's talk about it now. The dragon communism. Are you
how
for or against?
How about we talk about user comments?
You mean
that sounds like a better idea.
wait, hang on. Dragon communism. You mean basically a single state party with a communist economic system headed by a bunch of dragons?
No, I mean everybody gets a dragon. The government issues everyone a dragon.
Like you get a baby dragon egg to do with what you will.
Yes.
Oh well, then in that case, having a dragon is not really cool anymore because everyone has one.
If you can make that argument to anyone,
yeah, here's the problem. It's like one of the reasons. It's like oh man, why is something cool? It's because you have something cool that most people don't, so you can tell people about it. But if everyone has a dragon, it's like freaking the Motorola Razr. Okay, oh man, the Motorola Razr was so cool until everyone had one. Then it just wasn't cool anymore. Smartphones. Oh man, what's so cool about oh man, it's like you can't maybe having a pet dragon is considered kind of like a hipster thing. Okay, well, and it's like, oh, I got an iPhone. It's hipster. No, it isn't, because I know people who are in their 60s who have iPhones, and iPhones are everywhere. You want to be hipster, you get a Windows phone.
Okay,
because iPhones are incredibly mainstream now. Anyways. Probably don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. If the government gave everyone a dragon, that's kind of cool for a year.
No, but if the government just came to my door, here's a dragon.
I know, but everyone has a dragon, much like how.
Yeah.
I know, but then everyone has one, and then it becomes this gigantic obsession with, well, how's my dragon better than your dragon? And oh boy, here comes the Dragon Koenig Olympics.
Everyone needs to pimp their dragon.
Yeah, you can get accessories. Dragon shops will open. Blacksmiths are actually going to become relevant again.
Yep.
Dragon armor is a thing.
I would love a show called Pimp My Dragon. I'd watch the shit out of that.
What, Eazy-E hosts it?
Yeah, Eazy-E and, God, what was the... Exhibit hosted it. Yeah.
They just come to your door, hey, man.
Hey, man, we heard you got a ghetto dragon. Well...
you have to have here's the thing. You have to have a really cruddy dragon to qualify for that show.
Maybe he's just really old, and
you got the Gimp dragon out of the dragon.
Yeah, maybe you just genetics didn't favor your dragon, so now you need to make it a cyborg dragon.
Yeah, you got the Honda of the dragons.
Yeah, you got the dragon Honda Civic.
People just pass you on the street oh, that poor guy.
This is one of my favorite podcast topics ever. In 7 years of doing this is by far one of my favorites. John, do you have any thoughts on dragon communism before we move to user comments?
Absolutely not. I like killing dragons.
I like killing dragons.
All right. Well, I mean,
that would be his role in the communist state.
In the world of dragon communism, then we would have to
In
have
the
Dragon
world of
Slayers.
Dragon
In
communism, they'll
in Aragon,
eventually
people would hate you.
realize how much power they have, and then we're all screwed.
Yep. The
That
Dragon.
is actually true. They will be the Skynet
Yep.
of this.
I mean,
dragon
you gotta think
communism.
about it. If we're talking about little baby dragons that will one day become as big as a small house, I think that's gonna be the day when everyone's gonna die. It's gonna be an awesome first 10 years until they're fully grown, and then we're screwed.
All right. So, question from Cray T. Very, very well done on the new show image. Love it. You guys really make me want to buy a PC. What do you recommend with $1,500?
Okay, with the image, you can thank Mr. Bremen Milan. He drew that. So, hooray for our artist and art. Okay, good to you.
Yeah. Go Bremen.
Yeah, Bremen did a really good job with that. Like that was legit art. You know, he's incredibly talented. As for a $1,500 PC budget, I actually just priced out mine recently, and this is without keyboard, mouse, or monitor. Went with a full tower case. I kind of went a little overkill on the motherboard. 16 gigs of RAM, a 970, an i7 4790, a 256 gig SSD, a 1 terabyte regular hard drive, moth. Fucking just flying things everywhere in this room.
Bronson's afraid of flying insects.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Anyway, and guys, anything I'm forgetting?
Processor?
I just said processor. I said processor. Yeah.
Did you?
Said
You
i7,
told me.
right?
Yeah, i7 4790 is what I put in
Okay, and
my
then graphics card 980.
970.
You go
Just
Not
980.
going that TI.
A 980.
Yeah, you might as well just go a 980.
Because these days processors aren't really the biggest bottlenecks anymore, as far as I could tell.
Yeah.
Like my process, like freaking like John's computer has like a freaking 4-year-old thing in it, and it still runs great as far as I could tell. And mine has like
Yeah.
a part in it that's probably 2 or 3 years old now, and it still does everything how I want it to.
Like I'm running
So-
a 660 and mine's running pretty
well,
great.
we're talking about the processor.
Oh, the
You're
processor.
running an i7
Yeah,
3770.
that's
He
a good
has-
idea. Why don't you get like I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna start from scratch, which is what you're doing, right? Might as well like go all in. Like
spend an extra $500 and
yeah.
go all nuts. Like
Yeah,
me,
I mean
like my build, like I'm considering going from 15 to 17 just for a 980. Like that's my big thing. It's just like and just make sure that if you do go GIMP on the processor, like make sure that you have a motherboard that supports going to an i7. Like
Oh,
that-
they all do that. You should be
Yeah.
fine. As long as you have the
Yeah.
right chipset, which isn't really too
I-
hard, you should be
I
fine.
always-
Because
I always go overkill on my motherboards though. Like
I
that's,
don't go
that's,
overkill
that's
on
a
my
thing with
board,
me.
but like the one reason why you would go overkill on the board so you have more plugs
Yeah.
for fans. I honestly don't see a reason for you to go overboard because it's just like, oh, well, you're going to overclock. Well, you just basically shot the reliability of your system.
wait, I'm sorry, what are we talking about?
Overclocking with a motherboard, like quality
Basically,
motherboard versus
it's basically turning things up, but at the
like you would
expense
increase
of
processor
heat
speed
and reliability.
Yeah, like it adds more wear and tear to your machine, but you get a faster
Okay.
machine.
Gotcha.
Like I overclock on mine. You can overclock from the BIOS, so you can go in and do an overclock from it. And I do it for certain games that are very performance heavy. So, like for instance, if I was playing Witcher, I would overclock all the time. But yeah, like also I like bigger motherboards because they're built a little better and just like I just always have been trained to go for a good motherboard. And that you can get some really good ones for around the $200 mark, so it's not that much more expensive. So I figured, Anyway, yeah, I'd say spend the extra $200, get a 980 though.
Yeah, I'd agree. And then eventually, when you have the money, you get another 980, and your machine's a beast.
Yeah, or whatever it is. Like next year, by the time I build mine, the 1080 will be out, or whatever the hell they're gonna call it.
Or I mean, I guess depending on how much money you have, you could also get a TI.
Yeah, 980 Ti. That's an extra like $350 though.
Yeah.
At that point.
But it's still a lot better than the Titan because I freaking sit here and I'm like, no, like here's the thing. We all knew the Titan was stupid because eventually it was going to be a part that's going to come out. Some 980 Ti is going to come out that's going to be 90% of Titan at 2/3 the cost. The thing is how quickly the 980 came out. The 980 Ti came out. That was when I was like, wow, really? Because it was one thing to put the 980 Ti out like a year after Titan and nearly match it. Okay. But to put it out like 3 or 6 months, like, okay, so what's the point about, like, what does your marketing department got to say now? Oh, forget that it exists? Okay. But,
yeah.
Anyway, guys, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
We had no more comments, huh?
Is this the one?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, start talking to us.
Yeah, comment. And please follow us on Facebook, thegameraccess.com. At Twitter, at thegameraccess. On twitch.tv/thegameraccess. We'd really appreciate if you donate. It pays for equipment. It pays for server costs. All the shit that it costs to run this site. We may feed Ray one day. Yeah. We're not sure.
But that's only after everything is taken care of, including not feeding Ray.
Yeah, it gets us to stuff like E3. So please, any donations are appreciated. So yeah, thank you.
All right, well I guess that's it. Everyone have a great night. We will see you guys next week.
bye.
Yeah, bye.
All right.